Okay, so 3.8b is dealing with slopes of perpendicular lines. Refresh my memory. What do you know about the slopes of parallel lines? They're the same, okay? So the slopes of parallel lines are exactly the same every single time. Perpendicular lines, the way the book talks about it is they say the slopes of perpendicular lines have a product of -1. So if I have two perpendicular lines and I multiply their slopes, I should get -1 every time. If you want to think of it that way, great. That's totally fine. I think it's more work to think of it that way. How I always tell people is the slope of perpendicular, lines will be opposite reciprocals. Okay, opposite meaning your positive is going to change to negative or your negative is going to change to positive, right? That's what something is an opposite. And then reciprocal, your A over B is going to flip to B over A, okay? So if I have a slope of A over B, for instance, my perpendicular slope to that A over B would be what? Negative B over A, okay? So you're going to flip it and change the sign. So let's just try out a couple. Let's say my slope was 2/3. What would the slope of a line perpendicular to that be? -3 over 2. Okay. What if my slope was -5? What would a perpendicular slope be? 1/5, right? Make it positive and flip it over. Now 5 is like the number 5 over 1. So if we flip that over, it would be 1 over 5, okay? What if I had -3/5? What would my perpendicular slope be? 5/3, positive 5/3, okay? So change the sign and flip it. Your slopes will always be opposite reciprocals if they are perpendicular, okay? That's really the only new idea for this lesson. So everything else is going to look very similar to what we did with 3.8a, but now you're doing it with a perpendicular slope instead, okay? So let me give you, for this first one, just a picture of a graph. Again, you're welcome to graph this along with me, but I don't feel like you need to. I'm just going to show you on a graph how you would determine if they're perpendicular or not. I don't necessarily think you need the graph. You can just write the points down and that should be fine. So if we're at -4, 2, and 0, -4, whoa. I don't even know what I just touched.
Looks like a state.
It does. It's like a...
It looks like the bottom part of...
Italy? Is that what you said? It does kind of look like the bottom part of what?
It looks like it's...
I don't know what that was, but kind of fun. Okay. Let's try again. I was just trying to draw a straight line. So there's one of your lines, okay? Your other line has a point at 4, 3. And again, you don't have to graph it. Just write these points down if you want. And then -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -3. Okay, if I draw that line in, the question is, are these lines perpendicular? Okay, so this is our example 1. Are the lines perpendicular? How would you determine if those are perpendicular? Find their slopes. So if we start with the blue line, I'm going to do 2 minus a -4. So that means I'm calling this my x2, y2, this my x1, y1, right? So 2 minus a -4 over what? if we do 2 minus a negative 4, it's got to be negative 4 minus 0, right? So this is going to be plus a positive, so 6, negative 4 minus 0 is negative 4. And then you always want to reduce them because that's the only way you'll be able to tell, because if they're not reduced, they might look different, okay? So this would be a negative 3/2 for the slope of the blue line. The slope of our red line, if we do 3 minus a negative 3 over 4 minus a negative 5. This is plus a positive, this is plus a positive. We get 6 over 9, which when reduced would be 2 over 3. So are those two lines perpendicular? Yes, because they are opposite reciprocals, or when you multiply them, you get -1, okay? So we would say yes, those are opposite reciprocals. Okay, questions on that? Okay, so sometimes they're going to give you a graph like this. Other times they're just going to give you the points. Either way, you may just use the points. If you wanted to on a graph, though, you could do rise over run, right? You get 6 over 9 and reduce that. You're welcome to do that if you see the graph. Slope formula will always work. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? Okay, second example. I want to know the equation of a line perpendicular to y equals 1/5 x plus 2 that contains the point 15, -4. Okay, this is just like what you did Friday. The only difference is this right here. Okay, so you're gonna do the process the same, but you wanna make sure it's perpendicular instead of parallel. What changes if we want it to be perpendicular instead of parallel? Opposite reciprocal what? Slope, right? Your slope is the only thing that's going to be different than what you did on Friday. So we're going to look at the equation y equals 1/5 x plus 2. How much information in that equation is pertinent to what we are doing right now? Just the slope. Please don't use the 2, okay? It does not matter. The 2 matters nothing to us. What we care about is this number right here. So if my slope is currently 1/5, then what is my perpendicular slope going to be? -5. Okay, so we have a slope and we have a point. What form are we going to put that in? Point slope, okay? So this is going to be your x1 and your y1. This is your m. And we're just going to plug it into that. So it's going to be y plus or minus? Plus, right? It's y minus a -4, which is plus a +4. Okay, so y minus a -4 equals, what comes next? The -5. Your slope times x plus or minus? -15. Okay, and that is where you stop. That is your answer. You don't need to put it into slope intercept. You can leave it in point slope form. Okay? Questions on that? All right, one more. Same idea. I just want to make sure you see it one more time. Let's say we want to go perpendicular to y equals x plus 3 through the point -4, -1. Okay, so we're going to write the equation in point slope form because we can find a point and we can find a slope. What is our perpendicular slope going to be? Right, so right now your current slope is 1, right? There's like this imaginary 1 out in front. It's not imaginary, it's there. We just don't need to see it. So it's a slope of 1 currently. The opposite reciprocal of 1 is -1. So our perpendicular slope is going to be -1. And we're going to take that with the -4, -1. What happens with this 3? Nothing. Don't use it. Don't touch it. We don't like it. Okay? Ignore it. So don't use the 3. Use this point and this slope and plug that into point slope. What's that going to look like? Y plus 1, right? Minus the -1. So y plus 1 equals -1 is our slope. X plus 4, right? It's minus a -4 and minus a -1. So both of those become plus. So you can write it like this, or if you want to go even simpler, you could say y plus 1 equals a -x plus 4. I don't care if you write it that way, or if you want to put the 1 in, the 1 is fine too. I probably would prefer this way just so I can see that you know that the slope is -1. But if you write it like that, I should know that you know that, right? So either way is fine. But that's really what you're doing today. The only difference is your slope is now the opposite reciprocal instead of what you started with. Okay? Questions?